Hi everyone, I'm the Babywearing Math Teacher, and today we're going to talk about how to find the least common multiple. So one of the biggest confusions that students often will have is what's the difference between the least common multiple and greatest common factor, and how do I find them? So when I look at least common multiple, the first word I key into is least. So I'm looking for the smallest number. And then the other word I look at is multiple. Multiple means I'm going to multiply the numbers. So as I'm multiplying these numbers, I'm going to figure out, well, what's that multiple, that answer, that's the smallest, that's in common. Alright, so let's start. Here I have 4 and 10. The first thing you want to do is just list the multiples. So you can start at 1. So 4 times 1 is 4. So this is your multiple, okay? 4 times 2 is 8. Times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 7 is 28. 4 times 8 is 32. 4 times 9 is 36. And if I multiply it by the other number, I'll get 40. Now, 40 will be, if there's nothing in common, then when we multiply the two values together, then that will be our answer. Alright, so now we're going to list all the multiples for 10. So 10 times 1 is 10, 10 times 2 is 20, 10 times 3 is 30, 10 times 4 is 40. And again, that will be the highest we have to go if there's nothing else in common prior to that. So since this list is shorter, I'm going to start here. 10 is my first one. I don't have a 10 over here, so I go to 20, and sure enough, 20. There we go. That's the very first multiple that's in common between the two numbers, so that would be considered the least common multiple. Let's look at another example. This time, we're going to take 12 and 8. So I start by multiplying by 1, and I get 12. By 2, and I get 24. By 3, and I get 36. Then I get 48. And I'm going to get 60. And then 72. And 84. Alright, and then I'm going to stop there and move over to 8. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 3 is 24. And 8 times 4 is 32. Uh-oh, we better hurry up. So at this point, I already can see that I have a number in common, and that's my 24. That's the first number that I come to that's in both lists, so that's my least common multiple, 24. One last example just for good measure. This time we're going to look at 7 and 9. So I'll start with 7. 7 times 1 is 7, times 2 is 14, then we get 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, and 63. Now we look at 9. 9 times 1 is 9, then we get 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, and 63. So here's your example where the actual least common multiple is when you multiply the two values together. There's nothing in common until we get to the point where we did 7 times 9 and 9 times 7. And that's when we get 63. So there's your least common multiple. So that's how you're going to find the least common multiple, brought to you by the Babywearing Math Teacher, because math is so good.